Hello, my name is Jackie Haight, and I'm the coordinator of Age-Friendly Delaware County. I'm excited to walk you through our Age-Friendly Action Plan, but before I do, I'd like to share a little history about Age-Friendly. Age-Friendly is an international movement that's housed with the World Health Organization. In the United States, it's affiliated with AARP Livable Communities. It focuses on 8 domains of livability. Basically, what makes a community a great place to live. In December of 2017, the Delaware County Commissioners endorsed the Age-Friendly Initiative. Age-Friendly is a 5-year plan starting with a survey. In 2018, SourcePoint partnered with the Delaware Public Health District. A survey was put together based on those 8 domains of livability and sent out to 1,500 Delaware County residents. We had a 51% response to the survey. From that survey, the Health District put together an assessment report that was shared with our community stakeholders and experts in May of 2019. We then got to work. We created 6 domain groups collaborating with stakeholders and community members to develop our action plan. Our plan was completed and approved by AARP Livable Communities in the fall of 2020. We began the process of implementing our action plan, which will run through 2023. At the end of 2023, we will reassess and provide update to the community. At this point, I'd like to share more about each domain and our strategies. For Delaware County, we focused on 6 domains of livability. We also developed a mission and vision statement. Our mission is that Age-Friendly Delaware County will collaborate to innovate and improve key elements of livability that support healthy aging in our community. Our vision is that Delaware County is an active, safe, healthy, and connected community for all ages and abilities. Our 6 domains of livability are housing, transportation, outdoor spaces and buildings, community support, health and safety services, community engagement, and communication and information. The first domain I'd like to share is housing. Our goal is to ensure that older adults have access to affordable, accessible, and safe housing options. Our strategies are to create a directory of legal and financial housing resources and terms, promote awareness, education, and expansion of Nesterly, expand home safety checks, engage in collaborative discussions with community stakeholders relating to affordable and accessible housing. Nesterly is an online platform that securely connects households, hosts, who have spare space with people, guests, who are seeking a place to stay for longer than 1 month. A unique feature is housemates can exchange basic help like grocery shopping, dog walking, and tech support for lower rent. Nesterly was founded at MIT with the purpose to bridge generations by creating intergenerational home sharing. Intergenerational relationships can be mutually beneficial. We all have our own unique skills and knowledge that we bring to the table. On the flip side of that, we all have areas in which we can grow. We can learn from one another regardless of what age we are. We know that many people who have lived in their homes for many years have deep roots in their community. With the rise of property taxes, home maintenance becoming more burdensome, and the overall rise in the cost of living, the reality is it can be hard for some to stay in their homes. Sharing the responsibility with someone else can really lift the burden, not only from a financial perspective, but from the upkeep and maintenance of a home. This is why Nesterly is such a great option. So how does it work? Trust and safety are paramount. There's a multi-step screening process, application, at least 2 references, and a complete background check. Home shares will have an automated system and customer service team for any questions or issues. Nesterly believes in the many benefits of home sharing as it can provide additional income, lasting friendships, and enriching cultural exchange. The next domain I'd like to talk about is transportation. Our goal with transportation is to ensure that older adults have access to affordable, safe transportation that gets them where they need to go. Strategies include update the Mobility Manager website, provide ongoing safety education and training for alternative transportation options, and promote awareness of the SourcePoint bus. Our transportation domain group was unique in that the Delaware Public Health District was already leading a transportation group. Their Community Health Improvement Plan also includes transportation. As we continue to stress this initiative is collaborative in nature, it did not make sense to reinvent the wheel, so we joined forces. The group discussed priority indicators, one of which is to increase the Mobility Manager website. The Mobility Manager Services and website is a guide to transportation options in Delaware County created to find individual transportation solutions based on own circumstances. This website is managed by Delaware County Transit. We know older adults have issues with access to transportation. We also have learned that some outlive their driving age by 7 to 10 years. It made sense to have resources all in one place for those to weigh their options. Delaware County Transit implements an annual survey to transportation providers for any updates in their contact information. This enables them to keep all information on the website up to date and current. We know this resource will help people get where they need to go. The next domain I'd like to talk about is outdoor spaces and buildings. Our goal is to provide safe, accessible places for people to gather and engage. Our strategies are pilot an age-friendly business program, pilot a dementia-friendly business program, incorporate age-friendly benches with handrails, promote Delaware County trails and parks, identify and expand awareness of age-friendly parking options, and promote safety and walkability of outdoor spaces. Did you know that 1 in 7 Americans over the age of 70 has dementia? In 2020, 5.8 million Americans of all ages are living with Alzheimer's disease, and 1 in 10 age 65 and older has Alzheimer's. The growing numbers of people living with dementia will require a shift in how we respond to the needs of people living with dementia in our communities. Often people with dementia feel socially isolated and wish they had more opportunities to interact with people in the community and to participate in social and other activities. Dementia Friendly Powell is a pilot program where a business takes a pledge to create a friendly, inclusive, and compassionate community where people living with dementia and friendly caregivers and family are supported and welcomed by retail business and services. We are very excited about this program. We recently received funding from Greif Incorporated to support the start of this pilot. With our partners, specifically Ganzorn Suites, we are putting together a plan to move this pilot program forward. We will start with a caregiver survey to gather data on the needs of caregivers and their loved ones. We will then create an awareness campaign working with the City of Powell and the Powell Chamber of Commerce. This pilot program will include a mandatory training for businesses that will be participating. It will consist of 4 tiers with different levels of certification: bronze, silver, and gold. Each will include a different set of qualifications, or levels if you will. At the very least, it will include employee training in the understanding of the disease, how it affects the caregiver and their loved one, how noise levels and signage can affect some, volume, color, fonts, how physical space, restrooms in an establishment can cause challenges for some, the offering of program discounts, menu changes for easier reading. We're looking at different ways to designate a business as dementia friendly, maybe a mat in front of the business or a flag outside the doorway. Our end goal is to create a community that is welcoming to all and hope that other communities in Delaware County will see the value and jump on board. The next domain that I'd like to talk about is community support, health, and safety services. Our goal here is to ensure that older adults are able to access and afford community support, health, and safety services. Our strategies include to educate the community about falls prevention, help prevent senior scams, fraud, and abuse, create a safety awareness kit, increase awareness of mental health resources, fight food insecurity, coordinate services for those on affordable housing wait list, and expand local clinic hours for underinsured individuals. United Church Homes will hire a service coordinator to provide information and referral to low-income seniors on affordable housing waiting lists throughout the Delaware County. This is a pilot program where United Church Homes applied and received a SourcePoint grant for funding to start this program. We know that Delaware County has the smallest share of vacant units in the state at 4.3%. When looking at St. Michael's community in Delaware, as an example, they currently have a wait list of 37 individuals. Some have been waiting for 3 years to move in. Little is known about the support needs of those on the waiting list. Applications are accepted, but applicants are not evaluated for any supportive needs. This program will allow the service coordinator to help those on the waiting list with resources and supportive needs. To take it a step further, this coordinator will reach out to those outside the city of Delaware to address the needs of older adults in the rural communities as well as other affordable housing communities to secure additional participants in the program. In addition, they will contact the Delaware Metro Housing Authority to introduce the program to older adults who have applied to Section 8 Housing Choice vouchers. The next domain I'd like to talk about is community engagement. Our goal there is to ensure older adults that can continue to work, volunteer, and be actively engaged in the community life. Our strategies are to promote positive aging, engage community in intergenerational opportunities, and provide volunteer opportunities to local 55-plus living communities. The Sage and Seekers program is an 8-week intergenerational program that combats social isolation and dissolves age-related segregation within our communities while meeting universal and compelling needs of both students and older adults to find meaning in their lives through conversation and inquiry, each from their unique perspective. The Sage and Seekers program is facilitated by Helpline Connections Volunteer Center. This is the second year of the program. They have worked with the Delaware City Schools and are currently collaborating with the Big Walnut School District. This program addresses the need for older adults to engage in authentic human connection, reducing feelings of isolation, loneliness, and depression while combating ageism and segregation. It creates an environment conducive to sharing stories, bridging the generation gap while honoring and empowering older adults. Youth are interacting all day, but most entirely through a screen. COVID has contributed even more to this issue with online learning requirements. Through this program, students learn valuable skills through this communication and connection, including empathy, social-emotional intelligence, interviewing, listening, writing, public speaking, and conversation. By dissolving age-related segregation while learning from older adults, our young people can be stronger and better informed leaders for tomorrow. In the same vein, older adults will continue to stay active longer, serving as mentors, leaders, role models, advisors for the younger generation. As we all know, COVID has caused many challenges. The Sage and Seeker program has taken a different look, creating an online Zoom call version as opposed to in-person. Despite the change, it still continues to have great impact and success for the Sage and Seeker. I've had the privilege to attend the program end ceremony where students present a letter to their sages. They share how this program impacted them and the things that they learned from the sages. It's interesting to see how they learned that there really isn't such a gap in what we all experience in life and how there were a lot of commonalities. It's also great for the sages to see how much value these young students placed in their 8-week program together. The next domain that I'd like to talk about is communication and information. I'd like to stress that with our communication and information domain, there are many cross-cutting factors with this domain and all our other 5 domains. Because we know that everything that we're doing has to be communicated in the community, we know that this domain will be incorporated in each one. Our goal with this domain is to recognize older adults communicate in various ways and ensure they're connected within the community. Our strategies are to increase age-friendly awareness initiative, create an accessible media toolkit, learn to better communicate with all Delaware County communities, and expand audio reading services for low vision community members. I'd like to talk about VoiceCore expansion. VoiceCore enriches lives by reading printed news and information to people who are blind, have low vision, and other conditions that prevent reading. VoiceCore is a 24/7 information access service that has been providing access to print for people who cannot read the printed word since 1974. It is the only service of its kind in Columbus, Central, and Southern Ohio. Over the years, they have registered thousands of people who were provided special radios to use an Internet Connection 5 directed to their programming on cable TV or activated smartphone links. For some listeners, they are totally blind, while others have low vision. Some listeners can no longer turn print pages because they have had a stroke, ALS, cerebral palsy, or Parkinson's disease. Others might have severe dyslexia. We know that the ideal format is audio, and preferred audio is human speech over computerized or synthesized speech. With more than 220 volunteers, listeners hear daily newspapers such as the Delaware Gazette, the Columbus Dispatch, providing regional news coverage, as well as the Wall Street Journal and the USA Today, popular magazines, grocery and other store flyers, serialized books, and community event information. VoiceCore enables listeners to be informed citizens, enlightened voters, and intelligent consumers. One of VoiceCore's popular shows is the Morning Exchange. It provides interview programs and public service announcement programming. I've had the privilege of being on this show 2 times, with my third session coming here soon. It gives me the chance to share our age-friendly strategic plan, and specifically that VoiceCore expansion in Delaware County is one of our action steps. I'd like to thank you for listening today and watching this slideshow. To learn more and get involved with our age-friendly plan, see our full plan here at mysourcepoint.org/age-friendly, or join us on our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you again, and as we say, small steps, big impact.